Hello and welcome to another episode of the Contractor Grow Show. My name is Mark, and today I have the pleasure of talking with Tony Distefano.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you guys have got an amazing business, a lot of trucks on the road. It looks like you guys have been at it for a long time.
Yep.
Maybe you could tell our listeners just a little bit of the story of the history of the business. It was like a few generations. Tell us the story of Precision Door and Windows.
All right. So my grandfather started the company back in 1962. He ended up doing contracting. He built, I'd say about at the time, 30% of my town. And so from there, he created his own window and door business because he was building so many houses. He was like, I might as well get into the business of this. And so he was there from 1962 until he passed away around 2010. My father, he started working for my grandfather back when he was 16 years old, 17 years old. So now he currently is working with me now. So he's been working here for his entire life. And then I joined the company back in 2010. Basically what happened is in 2010, my grandfather passed away. At the time, I was working at Boston Scientific, and I was 3 years out of college. I went for engineering and stuff. And so my father came and was like, hey, your grandfather, Papa passed. We called him Papa. Papa passed. Do you want to continue, what you're doing now, or do you want to come and learn the business and take it over someday? And I didn't love what I was doing. I wasn't a big fan of the corporate world. So I was like, yeah, and I hopped at it, and that's what I'm doing today.
Amazing. What an interesting story. So what are the different services that you guys offer? Obviously, doors and windows. Do you do some other things as well?
So we basically specialize on the exteriors. So we do doors, windows, siding, roofing, gutters, garage doors. Those are our main things that we do. And we do commercial and residential.
Okay. What kind of mix of commercial and residential do you guys do? What percentage is commercial and what kind of percentage?
That is tough. It depends on the year. And then also I'd say off the top of my head, 40% resident. If you want by dollar value, 40% residential, 60% commercial, something like that. But that can change just depending on what jobs hit and how things happen throughout the year.
Gotcha. Does your dad still work in the business too?
Oh yeah, no, he's still here. He basically does all the outside sales. So if you call us up looking for a quote, he's the one that shows up to your house or shows up to your business and gets the measurements. And then he brings you back all the information. I'm the one that goes, gets the pricing from the vendors and puts the labor price on it and sends out the actual official quotes to the different customers.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Amazing. You guys have got a lot of great reviews. You guys are top rated, Better Business Bureau. It seems like you guys really got to focus on ethical business standards. You guys have been in business for a long time. What has been you and your dad, your grandpa's secret to having such a great reputation in the marketplace?
So I think it is our employees, honestly, though people actually go and face to face with the customers. I've had a lot of our employees have been with us for a very long time. I generally don't have huge issues finding new guys for the most part. I got one person who's been with us for 35 years. He's one of my foremen. He's been doing a great job. So I just think when you have the consistency in your workforce, you're not sitting there scrambling trying to find new guys because you don't know what new people are going to bring. It just adds to overall the quality that you do, the customer service that you give, and just leads to, what I think is the best way to get customers is word of mouth. And word of mouth is the cheapest way to get customers, but also the best. And it just continues that wave of new business coming in.
Interesting. Here on the Contractor Grow Show, we're always interested in how companies are growing, right? And you guys have got a vast and deep kind of referral network of folks just referring you really probably, I'm sure, from one generation to the other, right? Do you guys also do some advertising? We're
high up there on Google AdWords, do a lot of stuff on that. We're high up on Angie's List. We advertise with that a lot. We have signages all over the place. All my box trucks are lettered. We do a new project, we leave signage up to people's houses. And those are our main forms of advertising, I'd say.
I see. Have you noticed a difference between the leads and things that come in from Google Ads versus referrals? Some contractors kind of refer to the fact that referrals, someone's already giving you guys really high kind of accreditation versus Google Ads where someone, maybe a complete stranger to you guys, doesn't know you guys. Do you track that? Have you seen a difference between those two kind of channels of new prospects or clients coming in?
Yeah, no, definitely. If your friend says, hey, I got my windows done, it came out great, call this company, the odds of you calling that company is way higher than if you just go on Google and see someone that does have a good rating, but you just don't know. You're meeting someone new, you're dealing with a new corporation. Hopefully it works out well. one of the big things that annoy me a lot, because I also deal with the advertisement, is AI. I get a ton of AI spam calls. I get AI spam emails. So I have to filter through all those. That's a pain. So yeah, I 100% love word of mouth reviews or word of mouth references, because those are like guaranteed, not guaranteed, but pretty high chance business versus Google business. You don't know what you get all the time. You don't know what's going to be coming through the door. You don't even know if it's real. So I don't know. Yeah,
Sure.
There's
Interesting.
definitely a big discrepancy between the two.
Great. There's always the old adage about it can be tricky working with family. And you guys
Yep.
have got an amazing business. You work with your dad now. Grandfather
Yep.
started the business. You guys have got a long history, a long legacy of this being a family business and working for you
Mhm.
guys. How do you guys divide up things, or how do you make it work so that you guys aren't kind of stepping on each other's toes and you can still get
Yeah.
together at Thanksgiving and everyone can have a good time?
Yeah. So this is basically the division of labor. Like I said, my dad does the outside sales. So we get a quote request comes in. I give it to him. He goes out to the customer's place or business, whatever it is, gets the measurements, brings it back to me. From there, I'm the only other person in the office. So I do every other aspect of the company. Yeah. So I do everything: vendor relations, customer relations, the marketing, the accounting. I don't know trucks when I have to. I do a lot. And I have 12 direct employees that go out every day and do the installations for the jobs. And then I have sub crews that I also deal with. I've had the same sub crew that's worked for us for 20 years. They do the siding and the roofing. They do a great job. And then I have sub crews of up to 70 guys for the bigger commercial projects if needed. And I deal with all of that.
Oh man, amazing.
Yeah.
So one thing that's come up in the construction industry a lot the last few years, and maybe even longer, but especially with the kind of rising wages and things, and it's really kind of a shortage of labor. And when a lot of folks we've talked to on the show here, they say, yeah, it's really kind of a sticking point. We'd like to grow. We've got that would mean hiring new people that we don't know yet, and bringing folks in, keeping them here on the team long term has been a challenge. Sounds like you guys have really worked through that and don't really struggle with that so much. Do you have some advice for aspiring contractors who want to grow their business of how to treat employees? What are the different things that you do to keep people on really long term?
I think the main thing I do is I treat everyone with respect and that and they're human, which I mean might sound ridiculous, but no one's perfect. I have a billion stories from different employees of things that have happened, things they've done, but I've always had my employees' backs. I always treat them with kindness and respect. I'm understanding. I'm flexible. If things come up, I don't scream at people. I don't fire them. Okay, I can make this work. It's not a big deal. And it's just people, I think my employees definitely appreciate that. Again, I don't have people quitting on me all the time. The really good guys, they definitely respect me and I respect them. We get along very well. We get our business done. It just works out. I think it's just simple. Just treat people like people. And it's sometimes tough to find that nowadays.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Interesting. Everyone's talking about AI and the construction industry. Do you have any thoughts? I'm sure you follow this. What are your thoughts about what may be around the horizon? Are you guys preparing for that? What do you think that? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So one of the tricky things with AI. All right. So like I said, my father is the one that goes out to meet the customers. He doesn't know how to use a computer. He's pen and paper. He's old school. So
Gotcha.
any AI stuff is just gone. Not going to happen. Like, all right. So I have another customer of mine. He's actually developing an app using AI where you can walk into a room and you can like talk and say, hey, window 1, 30 by 60 double hung white vinyl, window 2, well, same thing. And then at the end, it'll give you a spreadsheet of everything you just said. And it's a good way to keep track of everything you've seen on a project. It also can do pricing. I think that eventually probably the future of estimations, just as a tool to have. So AI can definitely be helpful, but you have to know how to use AI, but you also don't want to be overly reliant on AI where you're not checking on it. You're making sure it's not running wild. And I don't know, it's definitely going to be adding a new dimension to this whole industry for sure.
Do you think you'll be adopting some of those things? Your buddy's app or some of the different tools that are coming out these days?
I think at some point I'm going to have to. It honestly probably won't be until when my dad fully retires or something, because I just know we're past the point. It's very hard to teach old dog new tricks.
Right.
Yeah. But we use AI in our advertising. The Google AdWords has an AI section about it. I'd say right now, the most we use AI for the most part. Luckily, AI isn't coming to can install a window yet. So we can keep
Yeah.
all my guys employed.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's it. I'd say as of right now. But I'm sure as the future comes, that will probably change.
Interesting. So, man, it sounds like you're very busy. You're running around managing all these projects, main
Mhm.
guy in the office, and it sounds like you absolutely got a full plate. Do you have any hobbies? Do you have anything that you guys like to do? Get away? We're always interested in contractors. We've got busy lives, but also curious what other things you find time to do, and how you find time to do it.
Me personally, yeah, no, I do so much. I'm a huge nerd. Like I said, I was an engineer, so I build computers. I play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends once a month. My
Fun.
wife plays as well. Me and my wife, we go out to escape rooms. We love playing with those. We love to travel. I've been on like 3 vacations this year so far.
Amazing.
I do a lot of stuff. I'm busy every weekend doing things. I throw parties at my house for 70 plus people, quite like 3 to 4 times a year. I don't know. Yeah, we're very social. We do a lot of fun things. We try to stay very active. I have a 10-year-old daughter. She's super into theater. She loves to go to seeing shows, and she's into different theater plays in our town. Yeah, we do a lot.
And when you go on vacation, how do you keep things running?
Yeah. So sometimes my aunt comes and takes over. She would come watch a shop for us and take notes. And then even though I'm on vacation, like I'm still getting phone calls. I'm still having my guys message me to ask for help or certain things, or something comes up, I have to take care of it. But I generally have like my aunt or a friend of mine come and watch a shop, just depending on how long, a day, a week, it depends how long I'm on vacation for. It usually overall works out, but it's tricky with me going on vacation. My wife generally hates it. There's always a propensity for a giant job to start just when I'm going on vacation. It's happened a few times where I'm trying to do things. I'm like, oh, hold on, I got a phone call. Oh, hold on, I go take this. It gets annoying, but we make it work. And it ends up being, all vacations end up being great. But comes with the territory.
That's great. So you guys are in Stoughton. What is you guys kind of service area? How far do you go outside of that to fulfill jobs?
Yeah, so it depends on the size of the job. So generally, I would say we would go as north up into Boston, up to Cambridge area, around that area. As west, we go, I don't know, Worcester. I don't know if you know those towns. It's probably like 50-mile radius around us. It's kind of like the simpler way to put it. But saying that, 3 years ago, we got a $2.5 million job out in North Adams, Massachusetts, which is like 3.5 hours away from where we are. So I go rent 2 houses and I had to put 35 guys in these 2 triple deckers. So we could do, it was, man, 30 buildings of siding and windows. So I think it was like 2,500 windows and 2,200 square siding or something. But they had to live out there for 3 months doing the job. So it just depends on the size of the work. Is it worth us to go and do these rent out houses or do travel for the project? Yep.
Do things slow down for you guys in the winter some? Or is it just
Yeah.
jam right on through?
Yes, but right now we're pretty lucky, I'd say. How I always think about, did we have a good year, is did I have to lay anyone off in the winter? And this year, well, I'm thinking we're looking pretty good. So we just started the Massachusetts Pro PGA Tour Golf Museum. We really started that job today, but that's 150 of very custom wood windows. That's going pretty well. Then I have about 3 other buildings in Cambridge of worth of windows to go do, which should be able to keep my guys busy. How I always feel about it is when November hits, I feel like everyone's, oh my God, it's cold out. It's time to get new windows. But the problem is everyone does that at the same time. So November, we get inundated with orders. And those orders usually last us, I'd say, until around January, something like that. The hardest months of the year I find is February and March. Because by February, all that rollover work from November, December-ish, a little bit October, that's all gone by February. So I need stuff coming in the winter to keep stuff going. But then March is usually a little tricky too. But then usually about end of March, early April, that's when everyone's, oh, winter's over. I was really cold. Time to get new windows. So yeah, it's the same constant cycle every time. But yeah, but we're good. I'm pretty stocked up for winter work this year. So I'm happy. I love what I know, but I get to keep my guys busy because everyone wants to work. But I don't know. We're looking pretty good this year and hopefully continues.
Love it. And then sometimes family businesses are so stable. A lot of times we found guests here on the show that they've got a family business, kind of multi-generational. Oftentimes they're at just the size they want to be, and they're not necessarily growing year after year. What do plans look like for you guys in the next year or two? You think you guys will focus on growth 10, 15, 20% a year, or is it really just a perfect kind of level for you guys right now?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely more in that first category. Like, I'm not out there making a sales force of like 10 people saying, I need this much sales from you, or you're gone. We have a stable customer base. We do well for ourselves. Big jobs come about, which we do get quite often. Cool, great. I'm having a bigger year. But I own all my own trucks. We're in no debts. Stuff's going very well. I'm not greedy that I want all the business, but I do want business. I want to live a good life, have everyone else live a good life. But
sure,
I'm not killing myself trying to make that extra 10%. Put it that way.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Yep.
Fantastic. Tony, great information. Fast paced, fun interview here. You told us a lot about the business. Very exciting. If folks are in that 50-mile radius of Stoughton and want to get some exterior work, some doors, some windows done, what is a good way to get in touch with you?
So the best way is definitely through our website. You can go www.precisiondoorandwindow.com. You can do a quote request there. Feel free to call us. 781-344-6900 is the main line. We do have a toll-free line as well. That's 1-800-649-6901. But yeah, you can do that as well. Or you can always email me if you'd like at sales@precisiondooranwindow.com.
Perfect. Great, Tony. Thank you so much for being on the show and sharing the story. It sounds like you guys have got a great, fun business. You've got a great, fun personal life as well, which I always love to hear. And, and we'd love to have you on the show again at some point. Check back in and see how things are going.
Yeah, sure. Feel free to call.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.